They call him the survivor. Viswash Kumar Ramesh, who was on Air India Flight 171 from Dubai to Ahmedabad, was the only person to survive the crash. He was sitting in seat 11A, and experts are calling his escape nothing short of a miracle. They say surviving an aircraft crash is already a matter of luck. But in this case, the odds were heavily stacked against Mr. Ramesh. He was on a plane that crash-landed in an uncontrolled way in a built-up area, and when full of fuel, one of the worst scenarios in terms of survivability, said John Braithwaite, a professor of aerospace engineering at the University of Sydney. But somehow Mr. Ramesh managed to escape. In one of his first interviews after the crash with the Hindustan Times, the 40-year-old said he was scared when he woke up and saw bodies all around him. He had been returning to his family in London after visiting India. His brother, who was on the same flight, was in another row. Mr. Ramesh said he tried to find him after the crash but couldn't. One of his brothers told BBC News from their home in Leicester, England, that he was happy about one brother, but sad about the other. An aircraft does not generally disintegrate on impact, said Anthony Brickhouse, a US-based aerospace safety consultant who has been studying crash survivability for almost 30 years. But when it does, the chances of survival are slim. He said that in such cases, researchers look at 3 specific factors when calculating a person's survivability during a crash. The first 2, the level of GI forces at the time of impact, and how much of the aircraft is around the person to act as protection. The third factor comes into play after the plane hits the ground, such as injury or fire. Although the G-forces did not appear particularly lethal in this case, the airplane had just taken off, and the impact angle did not appear steep. Verified security camera footage from the runway showed flames and black smoke billowing into the sky within seconds of the crash. Mr. Brickhouse said that in planes that don't break apart, there is a chance that the person can survive if they are protected by the fuselage, the wings, or the tail. But in this case, it doesn't look like he was protected by any of those things.
Why?
So I'm guessing that the fire factor was probably significant, he said. This guy survived what should have been not survivable. I can't explain to you scientifically how he survived, Mr. Brickhouse said. Mr. Ramesh appeared to still be in disbelief that he survived the crash. I can't explain, he told Doordarshan. It's a miracle. Although Mr. Ramesh had been sitting in an exit row. Mr. Braithwaite and Mr. Brickhouse said it was still too early to tell whether his proximity to the exit is the reason for his survival. Where you sit on the plane does not determine whether you will survive a crash, they said, adding that it is an urban myth. Every crash is different. Some survivors of multiple casualty crashes seated in the back while others were in the front. When there's a single survivor like this, there is nothing you can do to be that person, Mr. Braithwaite said. It had to be a small amount of luck in this case that was bestowed upon this individual. It may have been the angle that it hit, the building it hit, and all plane crashes with mass fatalities are very rare, Braithwaite said. From 2019 to 2024, fewer than 1/7 of global aviation accidents worldwide resulted in fatalities. 122 out of 907 events, according to data collected by the Flight Safety Foundation. For most people's journeys, the safest seat is the one on the airplane, Braithwaite said. The tragic comparison is that for all the lives lost in the airplane crash in India, there will be more than double that will have died in road accidents.